So as I warned you about, episode 2 of The Bad Batch was significantly shorter than the first episode, but I understand Aftermath was a lot to go through. Cut and Run, I like the title because we got to see Cut again. So if you stay past Papa Palpatine's sexy voice, I'm going to talk spoilers for episode 2. And if you haven't seen episode 2, go watch it. It's less than 30 minutes. And it went by so fast, so go do it. And then you don't have to come back, I don't blame you.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
Even though this episode was significantly shorter, and by the way, you can expect 20 to 30 minute episodes from here on out, the finale might be a little bit different, and honestly, I think these episodes are going to go for quite a long time, not in length, but what we're getting every week, so I'm actually really excited about that, because I feel like Star Wars can handle a bunch of episodes where other shows like The Walking Dead they couldn't. It was cool to see Cut again, but I feel like, from my memory, his children look radically different, which makes me wonder. Oh, adopted children, by the way. I know they're not biologically his children, even though they are hybrids of humans and Twi'leks. Just wanted to throw that out there before someone goes, actually. Your voice doesn't sound like it. It probably sounds more like, well, actually. I don't know. So does that mean Hera and Kanan's kid is going to look vastly different as he ages? Because I would actually be really interested to see that. I would actually really like to follow Hera after the alleged fall of the Empire. I'm still totally digging the Hunter Omega father-daughter connection. I hope he doesn't try to get rid of her every episode or every couple episodes. It kind of felt like with the Mandalorian and Grogu, where he's like, oh, okay, there's this village and this woman. Alright, I'm gonna drop this guy off because things are great. And then it doesn't happen that way. So stop trying to like peddle kids off on other people, protagonists of shows. Though, to be fair, they're orphans, and who really wants to keep an orphan around? The animation, I really liked it in the first episode, but there's definitely some animation and some movement of the characters, such as when Hunter turns around and walks away after having the discussion about Omega going with Cut and Sue, where it's a little janky. I'm still really enjoying the animation, but I definitely noticed some things aren't as smooth as they could be. I highly doubt Hunter's going to take the advice of Cut and go to a distant world to then build a new life as not a soldier. I kind of have a feeling that they're going to keep being soldiers, but more like bounty hunters or for hire, getting money, getting resources, and maybe trying to plan a future where they can be comfortable, but not just be like farmers on some back alley planet. Not coming at you if you live on a back alley planet. Perfectly fine. Where you grew up is fine. Not coming at anyone. I love how absolutely efficient they are showing the Empire to be. I mean, the Clone Wars end, the Galactic Empire, the glorious Galactic Empire, comes into being, and all of a sudden they're like getting chain codes and getting numbers for their citizens to better organize, and I'm sure give benefits and everything, and just make the galaxy a more stable place. And it's really cool to see how efficient the Empire was after all the bullshit with the Republic and, their many failings. All they did was like yap, 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 yap. I kind of like Omega without her little hair thing. It's kind of a fun new look. I don't know if she's ever going to put it back on, and I want to know more about the symbolism behind that. Actually, I want to know more about her mutations and exactly why they created her. I mentioned her perhaps being force sensitive in my episode 1 review, which I'm sure triggers some people because anytime you say someone possibly being force sensitive, they freak out that not everyone has to be force sensitive, which, no shit. But I don't know. Maybe that's part of Palpatine's plan of trying to make clones that were force sensitive. Maybe just like Grogu, eventually they're gonna want to come after her when they figure out what they had done to her. I kind of have a feeling they're using these shows that take place after Return of the Jedi, again, allegedly where the Empire fell. Rebel propaganda. To better flesh out Palpatine's clones and what he was doing, because I know there was a lot of backlash from the sequel trilogy, which I'm definitely not getting into this video. So I kind of feel like they're trying to like soothe that over and explain it more and more with this new media they have coming out. I'm surprised Omega doesn't really get on my nerves like most child characters do. For whatever reason, I actually am liking her, and usually I hate kid characters. And again, I understand, like I said in my episode 1 review, why you have kids in these shows, because it's marketed towards kids and they want someone they can relate to. I get it, but at the same time, I don't have to like it. I'm still gonna watch it, still gonna enjoy it, but I can grumble like a bitch about it. You can't stop me from bitching. No one can stop me. I gotta say, Wrecker is still my favorite. I mean, Hunter's up there too. I really like Tech, but Wrecker's actually going higher and higher. He's just an absolute cutie. I will always have Tech be my favorite though, just because science guys, they need more love. I mean, science people in general, give us more love. We're awkward, we're annoying, we're socially inept, but please love us. Also, and this is very selfish, and this isn't part of bitching, but I can't wait, and I hope next episode shows them working more as a team and going on missions. I know we got to see it a little bit at the end when they were trying to escape the law, which is just awful. Obviously, I don't condone that, but I want to see an entire episode where they're going on missions and working together to achieve some sort of goal. I am going to throw this out here, Lucasfilm, if you kill anyone in the Bad Batch, I'm going to be very upset. And I might even cry. And I know Pablo said that, you're not supposed to cry over franchises, so I don't want to disappoint Pablo. Speaking of Pablo, by the way, so I talked about my theory of the first episode where Kanan, when he was recovering in the Bacta tank in his miniseries, how maybe his versions of what happened during the execution of Order 66 were just kind of how he remembered it, and then what we saw in episode 1 of The Bad Batch was how it actually happened. But Pablo, who works for Lucasfilm, and I don't know if he still works for or is the head of the where they do the continuity, the story group. I'm not positive about if he's still in that. I'd have to check. Maybe I can have a pop-up saying I was wrong or this bitch doesn't know anything. I don't know. He said that basically it's the major plot points, but it's just interpretation of the artist and whoever is doing it, which I think is really stupid, and Legends fell into that trap but made it worse. So you guys are hired for a reason, and you're the storyboard group, so maybe get your shit together. Okay? That would be great. Have things line up. And if they don't line up, don't say it's just because of artist, how they imagine it and everything. No, have an explanation. Like I tried to do with, his memories in the Bacta tank when he was injured are obviously altered and he doesn't remember things exactly right. I don't know. I'm sorry. I had to get that out there. It's a little upsetting. But honestly, I think Pablo lives to upset fans. Just think it gets him off. So yeah, I love this episode. I think it was another strong episode, even though it was short, but they're gonna be this short going forward. But like, subscribe, let me know what you thought about this episode, if you liked it, if you didn't, if you were excited to see Cut again and his little family, if you think they're gonna keep trying to ditch Omega. I don't think they are. I think Hunter learned his lesson. If you think they're going to start doing like bounty hunting or something like that, going on missions maybe for less credible people to get money to survive, and what is their overarching plan? What do they decide to do with themselves?